Hi and welcome to this video. We'll be looking at a sample portfolio that you can have in order to earn money from the stock market. So this sample portfolio would actually not be having names of the fund, because it doesn't really matter which fund you choose, as long as it's meeting your objective and you have followed whatever we have learned in this course in selecting the fund. You will be able to actually choose the right kind of a fund, right? So if we look at the sample portfolio, what kind of funds would you be needing when you're making a portfolio? So if you're starting off and you're really new to the equity market, you can start off with two balanced fund or maybe two index fund, right? That'll be a good starting point. You'll get a flavor of how the equity market goes up and down. You'll get a flavor of the volatility that comes with the equity market. Once you are comfortable with it, then you can move to a diversified fund, right? At the max, you can have two diversified funds. And if you want to venture into small and mid cap funds, you can also do that. I would recommend to choose two mid and small cap funds, right? So two diversified fund, two small and mid cap fund. If you're looking to save tax using the mutual funds, you can also invest into ELSs. One fund is more than enough. So this is for your equity need, right? Not more than 4 to 5 funds for equity. And you can have one index fund, two diversified fund, and two mid and small cap fund, in case if you really want to invest into mid and small cap, provided your investment horizon is also longer, because in case if the market corrects, then they would correct more, right? And the fund manager would not have the option of moving the fund from the small and mid cap to the large cap, because the fund's mandate is that the investment would be kept in small and mid cap funds, the companies, right? So in diversified fund, there is no as such restrictions. The fund manager can freely move from large to mid and small depending on the market situation. But if you really want, you can actually have two of these, small and mid cap, two of the diversified, and one index fund. I would recommend to have index fund always in your investment, because this would give the stability, the kind of stability that you need, because the market can be volatile. And in case if the fund manager is not able to pick the right stuff, the right stocks, at least the index fund would actually help you generate returns or give you the stability that you need in your fund, right? So one index fund, two diversified fund, two small and mid cap fund, this should be sufficient for you to meet your equity investment needs, right? Second investment would be short-term investment, rather I'll say a medium-term investment, which is from anywhere between 1 to 3 years. Here you can have two short-term funds. Don't have to do anything fancy, right? Just look for short-term debt fund, short-term bond fund. They're both same, right? Don't look for something which is fancy, who's looking to predict whether the interest rate is going up or down. Don't get into guilt. Just two short-term debt funds should be enough. Once you get a hang of how the debt fund actually behaves, maybe you can try and experiment a bit. But if you're beginning, if you're starting out, I think it's best to stick to short-term debt fund for your medium-term investment needs. For a very short duration, if you want to invest, you can have two liquid funds. And two, if you have a big sum of money and you have to diversify a bit, then you can invest into two liquid funds. If it's a small amount, then even one liquid fund should be good enough, right? Diversification is the key. You should be diversifying. Do not restrict yourself to one AMC. You should be diversifying into different AMCs as well, because in case if one management is not able to do a good job, the other one would, right? So index fund, two diversified fund, two small and mid cap fund that would meet your equity needs. Debt funds for your medium term, and that to two debt funds and two liquid funds, and that's about it, right? And you're set to go. So whatever we have discussed, if I have to tell you the important thing that you should really be looking at is the guidelines that we discussed. Your objective should match with the fund's objective. Invest in a multi-cap fund. Don't try anything fancy. Now invest gradually. Do not invest lump sum. That's the golden rule. You should average your buy, right? In case if you don't do that, if you're lucky, maybe the market would go up, but market is volatile, it'll go up and down. So invest gradually. Stick to the time horizon that we discussed, and if you stick to it, can't really go wrong. There has to be something drastic for you to lose money. If you stick to the time horizon, there's very little chance that you'll go wrong. And diversify. If you stick to this, I'm sure you'll be able to do an excellent job when it comes to the equity investment in mutual funds, right?